Hi everyone. Last time I did a review for Jewel, it was for Pieces of You. Now we are going to do Spirit. As you can see, this was purchased used for $6, and I got a fantastic deal, even though this was a repurchase, because somewhere along the way, and I think it was during my divorce, I lost my original copy. And I love Jewel. I love Jewel, man. I'm sure I went over this the last time I did the review, how much I love Jewel. You know, she just, first off, she's so cute. She is. She's so cute. But on top of that, her voice, man, you just wanna lay your head down in her lap while she sings and just let her take you away to magical places with that voice. So great. I just love it. All right. This album was the follow up to Pieces of You. I don't have any other albums after this one. I may have to look for them, see if I can find them, but I've never run across them. Okay. There's a combination on this album. Part of it is really well produced with extra additional musical accompaniment and whatnot, and part of it is very much classic Jewel doing that coffee house folksy strumming thing with the acoustic. Um, I do have issues with this album with the song titles. So for all the years I've had this album, I've never been able to quite memorize most of the songs because usually when I had it on, I didn't have the album in front of me, so I wasn't looking at the song titles. So not all of them stuck very well. So while I was listening to it to get ready for this review, I did my best to try and remember which ones really stood out for me. And we're going to go from there. Any song that I kind of brush over or downplay in any way, shape, or form, I'm brushing over and downplaying purely because after all these years, while I've listened to the album, the song has not stuck in my head with the song title. And I just kind of brush past it. I am not going to say that this album is a perfect 10. Too folksy to be a perfect 10. But it's a hard 9, man. So when I brush past a song, and I'm going to point this out as I go, it's nothing against that song. It's just the song title not clicking enough for me over the years. Okay. So the album opens up with Deep Water. Love this song. Oh my God, it opens up the song so perfectly. Now, this is one of the ones where the song title, you can clearly tell in the song itself. You're good to go. It's all great. Her voice on this is just so pretty and beautiful. I absolutely love it. Okay. So Jewel is not the same type of vocalist as Ann Wilson, Lizzie Hale, Tina Turner, Christina Aguilera. Like, there are some female vocalists out there I have so much respect for their talent, with that God-given voice they have. But they're more soul, R&B, rock kind of, you put a little grime, a little grit on it. Not Jewel. Jewel is beauty, and not singing pretty for the sake of singing pretty, because she goes into some high notes that aren't necessarily pretty notes. They're not ugly notes. They're not bad notes. It's not that she's hitting the note wrong. It's just depending on the way you view her voice and whatnot. And Tracy's not a huge fan of Jewel. She doesn't get my love for Jewel. And it's because of, the way she sings a lot of her stuff. She says it sounds a little too country for her. And I can understand that. So, I try and take that into consideration when I'm talking about this. But on Deep Water, man, her voice is just so pretty. And usually I complain about when girls sing pretty too much. That's usually one of my biggest complaints about power metal and the European metal and stuff like that with the women, like with Nightwish and that. They sing too pretty, they sing too clean, they sing too nice. Jewel doesn't sing like that, you know. She doesn't do that operatic classic kind of singing, you know, more folksy, a little yodely in there, you know. It's just beautiful. What's simple is true. I really dig this song. This is one of those ones where it really does the song title thing really throws me off. Because I always thought it was called something else. And off the top of my head, it's not clicking at the moment. Then we get into the song's big single, the one that got me going, oh, I gotta go pick up this album. It's a new album that's out. That would be Hands. Oh, man. Such. Her voice and the message that she gives in that song and everything about it is just it's so angelic. It is. There's just something angelic, so angelically beautiful about the song Hands. Absolutely just gets me here. So sweet, so beautiful. Kiss the Flame. Okay. This is one of those ones where you could definitely, I would say, is a good example of her voice not being pretty when she's singing on the choruses and she's doing the whole oh fuck man, I'm gonna butcher kiss the flame. I cannot even. So I try to get anywhere near that high note, I'm going to totally shred every last part of my throat. I could not relax to get up. So when she goes way the hell up there, kudos for the fact that she'd go way the hell up there, but it doesn't quite sound right. It's like she goes a little too high. You know when you gotta do that really whispery kind of thing to really hit the high note, really pushed on that. But it's a really fun song. Or not fun song, I shouldn't say that. It's a really nice song. It's a good juxtaposition to Hands. You know, it's still mellower and it's still kind of softer, but Hands has definitely more of a pulse to it, whereas Kiss the Flame is more of that thin cotton curtains blowing in a light, gentle breeze, you know, candle flame just lightly flickering, you know, that kind of vibe. Okay, so Down So Long and is track 5, and track 6 is Innocence Maintained. Both good tunes. Really enjoy when the album's playing, but they're two of the ones that are victim of, for some reason, after all these years, the song titles has not clicked in on the songs. So I know for a fact I enjoy both of them. I just click, 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 click. Then we get to Jupiter. Jupiter is one where I had to specifically look at what track number I was on because I know the words I was hearing being sung did not match a single track listing here, so I had to see what I was on. I love Jupiter. I absolutely love Jupiter. I think Jupiter is one of the best songs on the album. Absolutely one of the best songs on the album. Definitely top 3 on the album, maybe top 4. But track title throws me off. Good song though. Really good song. Then we get into track 8, Fat Boy. Fat Boy is definitely a throwback to Pieces of You. That definite art house folksy kind of playing, kind of telling a story, a little more poetic than necessarily lyrical. Really not a song for everybody, but personally myself, I think it's a nice song to hear at this point. Good transition, really like it. Enter from the East is another one I really, really enjoy on this album in here. Really enjoying this section because uh, those two really have more of that older vibe, and I really get into that. Then we get into the track Barcelona. Barcelona is another one where I had to. I looked at it. I went, "There's a song on here called Barcelona," and then I'm listening to the song, and then it gets going. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Then all of a sudden it kicks in. I'm like, "Oh, I love this tune," because I thought the intro was part of another song. Yeah, and I've owned this album for years, man. This just goes to show how much you can love an album and really enjoy an album and still never really know the album. um, I think part of the other reason why I didn't learn this album as much as I did is because when I got it in my life, it was kind of a weird transitioning point in my life. I was in college, getting ready to move out on my own into the world, stuff like that. I was playing in a band regularly at that time. We were playing a lot of hard rock, heavy metal, stuff like that. So I wasn't throwing this on so often. And if I was hanging out with friends, I was the only one of my friends that was really into Jewel. So it's just an album that got lost in the shuffle over the years. And it's not the only one. I've had other albums where I really enjoy the album, but the album just kind of got lost in the shuffle over the years. So it just, for some reason, doesn't click the way it should. But Barcelona is a fantastic track, man. Oh my God. Okay. Life Uncommon. That's okay. I don't mind that one. Do You, not bad either. And Absence of Fear isn't bad either. Then there's actually a hidden track about a minute after or so. The days of hidden tracks, man, I miss those days. That was kind of one of those cool things about CDs, get that one little hidden track in there somewhere. Either just an extra track afterwards that's not labeled down, or, you know, they put a big gap in there for time and then you get that extra track at the end, you know, something special. The whole way around, this is a fantastic album. It's just absolutely enjoyable for me. This is a Sunday music album. I've mentioned those. If you're one of my regular viewers, you know that Sunday music albums are albums that, you know, the ones you put on Sunday afternoon. You don't want to crank it up. You don't want to get down and dirty, anything like that. You know, just slip it on, get going. It's like Crash Test Dummies. I throw Krista Berg in there as well. City in Color for me and my Canadian viewers, you know. So there's a lot of bands out there that I would say fall under the category of a Sunday afternoon band, and Jewel's one of them. And Jewel's a great Sunday afternoon band. So if you're looking for one of those, pick up Jewel. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Drop me a line. I know I'm missing Jewel albums. Okay, I know she did one that was really poppy, which is why I tuned out when I saw that one. I thought, why did the label do this to her? Does she have other good albums worth checking out? Let me know in the comments. That's what that is for. Like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 200 before the end of the year. I would really appreciate it. If you're not one of my regular viewers, you should be a regular viewer, because I have an on-running narrative you can hear going through here where I talk about little things here and there, and I talk about different things with music and that, not just the specific album stuff. Anyways, other than that, folks, peace, love, take care.